Round this afternoon will be the closing statements. Similar to the opening statements, you'll be given 90 seconds to provide your final thoughts. We're going to be starting with you, District Attorney Ho, and the order will be moving to your right.
You know, people always ask the why question, right? When you run for office, why are you running for Congress? And when the why question is asked, I like to talk about the where. Where do I come from? Where are we as a country, and where should we be going? And so, where do I come from? As I mentioned, I was born in Vietnam and escaped when I was 4 years old on a fishing boat. Where do we go? We went to a refugee camp and then to this country, the land of the free, the home of the brave. My family fled a dictatorship. I never thought I'd see the rise of a dictatorship in this country. I never thought that I see our judges and our courts aid and abet a tyrant. I never thought that I see the people of our military used as propaganda for the tyrant in the White House. So I'm running for Congress because I want to take the fight. Take the fight to Congress so that we can fight for our democracy, to fight for working families who are just simply being crushed right now by the cost of living, and to fight to make sure that everyone feels safe, including our immigrants. As an immigrant and a refugee, I take that issue very personally. When Donald Trump and ICE wanted my office to help in their lawless raids, I said, hell no. We're not going to allow any county resources to help ICE in their lawless raids, and we need to hold them accountable in Congress. And I'm the fighter to do that. And how so? Because I've spent a career in the courtroom. I know how to investigate. I know how to build a case and to hold people accountable. But I also know how to work across the aisle. Whether it's on mail theft, whether it's on fentanyl deaths, whether it's on public safety, I've demonstrated that. We saw a reduction in regards to homicide death in Sacramento County by the largest amount that we've seen in 55 years. But at the same time, I've fought for working families as well, going after corrupt corporations, protecting workers by charging for the very first time a felony wage theft case in Sacramento. I'll fight for workers. I'll fight for our community in Congress. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mayor Guerrero.
Well, thank you. I came into office because the unions asked me to stand up and fight for them in West Sacramento. Because our firefighters, our police officers, our employees, their families did not receive health care coverage. And they had to pay out of pocket in order to cover their family's care. So I fought, and in the first year, their families got health care coverage after I got into city council. So over and over again, I have been continuing to get reelected because I stand up for my community, and I will do that and stand up for this community. We have a cost of living crisis that is escalating. Everything is getting worse. We have a war that is out of control. We have a MAGA Republican Congress that has rolled back our civil rights and our protections. So what we have is a public safety issue, civil rights issues, and a cost of living crisis. And from my experience as mayor and as social worker, leading with compassion and change. And that's what I will accomplish as your representative in Congress. I will make sure that we continue what we've accomplished here and ensuring that the infrastructure, because I know that getting in and around is very difficult. Having safe roads, having protection from fire, and having FEMA coverage if a crisis happens. We don't have those protections today. So we need to ensure that everything is restored and that the government will serve you and work for you. And that's what I will continue to do, as I have been in direct relationship with my community. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Vandenberg.
Yeah, so I like to tell people I'm a Great Society Democrat, and I talked a little bit about that at the top. I've been running in this race for 10 months now. I got in to protect our public lands from Republican sale and to make sure that our communities were safe and better for everyone around us. I got a flattering piece of news not that long ago, which is that having brought back from nothing the term Great Society Democrat 10 months ago to describe myself, I got the distinct pleasure of seeing AOC describe herself as such 2 weeks ago. We are making waves out here in Washington, whether you know it or not. This race matters. And at the end of this race, we are going to have to send the right Democrat to Congress. Can we deal with Kevin Kiley? I know I can. Can we deal with what's going to happen after we beat him? Can we walk and chew gum at the same time? Can we hold Trump accountable with impeachment, investigation, subpoena, arrest? Can we build a better future with health care for everyone and homes people can afford and better transit and a green grid and a secure social security system? Can we make America safe for everyone in our communities? our immigrant neighbors by abolishing and prosecuting ICE, for our LGBTQ+ communities, for women to have the right to vote, and protection and privacy in their health care, and for folks of all faiths, colors, creeds, and backgrounds. It's true, as mentioned earlier, we are going to need a fighter to do all of these things. And I gotta tell you, if you need a fighter, you could do worse than a U.S. Marine. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you very much. Dr. Pan.
Thank you so much for taking your time today. I'm the only candidate here with legislative accomplishments. And that's important because you're trying to elect who's going to go to Congress. I delivered for the people of Placer County when I was in the legislature, for the people in my district. That's why I'm the labor candidate. That's why I'm endorsed by the California Labor Federation, as well as labor unions representing nurses, teachers, firefighters, state workers, and many others, because they know that I don't just make promises, I deliver. I'm also the leading Democrat in the race. Numerous polls show this. And in fact, Kevin Kiley knows this. Go check out Kevin Kiley's website. You'll see there's a section where he basically sends a signal to his MAGA followers, to the dark money groups, that the person they need to attack is Richard Pan. Be sure Richard Pan is not in the primary, because he's my most difficult challenger in the general election. So you should go check out his website, where he has this, what they call it, the red box, the signal to the dark money folks, who they should go after, because I'm the only person that's listed there. We need to send someone who's going to beat Kevin Kiley and flip the House. We all rallied around Prop 50 so we could flip the House and hold this administration accountable. You know my record. I'm someone who's going to deliver for the people, because it's not just about flipping the House this election, it's about keeping the House the following election. I'm the person who's going to deliver, and I'm going to hold this administration accountable, and I'm the one Kevin Kiley's most scared of. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ms. Babb Tomlinson.
You all have heard a lot today from a lot of people, so thank you for being here. I'm Lauren Babb Tomlinson, and it's simple. If you are fed up with the status quo and you don't think life is working for you and you're worried that your kids are going to end up on your couch because they can't afford to live where they grow up, then I'm your candidate. Because as much as we're talking about delivering, nothing is working. It is not affordable for families today. And so we have to stop playing safe as Democrats. We have to send people who have been on the front lines fighting Trump at Planned Parenthood, who have had death threats because of their work to protect health care. And I think that it's important that we move past career politicians into actual people who understand how hard it is for families. I'm not up here because it's fun. I'm up here because I have a 15-month-old son who's going to inherit this world, and he deserves the best. And so if that means I got to roll up my sleeves, go to Washington, and get it done, then that's what women do. I'm endorsed by Emily's List, Planned Parenthood, the Congressional Progressive Caucus, because I am the progressive in this race. I'm also endorsed by California Environmental Voters, and the list goes on, because people are tired of the same old thing. It's just not working. And in this moment, to fight Trump, we need real people that know how to deliver and show up, and that is what I hope to do. So I'm Lauren Babb Tomlinson, a mom, a former union organizer, and a Planned Parenthood leader, and I hope to earn your support. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have reached the end of our California 6th Congressional District Forum for May 9th, 2026.